Okay, really quickly here, I want to go over another update on these Mr. Heater fuel keg propane tanks. So, if you've been watching along, I did a couple of videos when they first came out. I did kind of a quick overview, kind of some differences between this and the Flame King tank. And then the second video, I actually took it out. I put it in a big buddy heater and kind of compared the burn times. And during that second video, I hooked up one of these tanks to the big buddy heater, and as I was screwing it on, it was kind of leaking, more so than I thought it should be. Sometimes, when you put them on, you hear that, faint leak just before it seals, but this seemed to be leaking a little more than normal, and it didn't seem right. So I kind of left it at that. I was going to do some follow up, do some inspection on the tanks or whatever, just bring it back, exchange it, and kind of move on from there. I didn't have a second one to compare it to, and now I do. And since then, I had someone from product development at Mr. Heater contact me. And first of all, it's pretty cool that they actually saw that in the first place, but then to reach out to me and kind of explain what might have happened was actually pretty impressive. So I did get in touch with him, and he mentioned that they thought because of my first video where I actually tried filling up one of these with the Flame King valves that goes on the 20-pound tank, they thought I could have possibly damaged this tank because it's not designed to do that. So if you get anything out of this video, don't use the Flame King the filler valve that goes to the 20-pound tank. Don't use that with the fuel keg. And that was my mistake. I thought I'd try it because I already had one, then I didn't have to buy an extra part. They look very similar, but they're not designed to work together whatsoever. So if you're going to go with this fuel keg system, make sure you buy the fuel valve for that as well. And so now that I have another tank on hand, after looking at them, it's quite evident what happened here. So either the first tank I had didn't come with the plastic sleeve in here, the seal, or it got broken and I pulled it off or whatnot using the wrong filler valve. So either way, at the end of the day, it doesn't have that plastic sleeve in there, and I can show it to you here if it focuses up. So that's the one that doesn't have the sleeve. That's the one that I probably damaged, and this one does have the sleeve in there, and this is the new one. So that's why it was leaking. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the new tank that I got. We're going to go outside. We're going to fill it up, make sure it screws onto the heater fine. And then a couple other tests I want to do really quick because I had some other questions. Was some people were saying that these might not fit on other devices. So I want to make sure that fits on my Weber grill because I use these all the time on my little Weber Q. And then also I'm going to put a torch on here and make sure that works too, because if they don't work on those, it might be a deal breaker for me again, because I don't want to use these just on Mr. Heater products. I have other products that I'm going to want to use these tanks for. So I did have a lot more questions about the shutoff valve here, and maybe I could be a little more specific about this. And again, it's a keyring with just like a quarter turn, and I'll try to get a little better close-up of this as well. But it's, like I say, it's a quarter turn, and it's cam. There's a cam on it, and it feels like it's under spring tension, so it's not going to easily get opened up. And one of the big concerns people had is if this might get snagged on something, or something catches on it and opens it up, are you going to have propane leaking out of here? And the answer to that is no. This is kind of a design system with some redundancies that if you just, and we'll test that when we go out here again and fill this one up. If this is full and you open this, it's not going to spew out propane. So that's another thing that we really don't have to worry about. And speaking again about the the guy spoke from Mr. Heater. He went over a bunch of safety things. So their top priority is safety. They're really concerned about safety, and they want to make sure that they're delivering a safe product. And I learned a few things that was really interesting. And I try not to go on too long here, but I did learn a few things that you hear as hearsay. reading forums or groups or whatever, and he kind of confirmed a few of those things. One of the things is, the disposable tanks like the Coleman or the I think Worthington or something makes them, the disposable ones. California is making an effort to ban those, and they did pass a bill last year. Doing a little more research, it looks like it might have been vetoed, but I expect eventually they're probably going to get banned, as long as national parks are trying to ban them as well. So I think moving forward, we're probably going to see these disposable tanks, kind of leaving the market, or maybe just not as prevalent as they are. And so I think these refillable ones, it's a good opportunity to kind of get in on these and just get a supply of them when you might not be able to find those disposable ones, especially in certain places around the country. So I think that's about all I have to say about that, other than I just want to, just reassure everyone that safety is their biggest priority, and he made that very clear to me as well. So, in fact, he said, I really didn't get into details, but he told me that the Flame King tanks, when you're hooking those up to the buddy heater, it's kind of overriding a couple safety features that they designed into those heaters, so which these tanks don't. So, and he just told me that. I don't have specifics or what it is, or but he said that these tanks in the long run are going to be safer to run in the buddy heaters that a lot of us use ice fishing. So let's go back out there. I am going to put the base on the tank here this time as well and try that out. As I said prior, I think this base system is a little better designed than the Flame King one as well. So let's go outside, let's fill this up, let's try a couple devices, and let's just kind of wrap this up. And hopefully the next time I do a little review, it's kind of a long-term review. I am going to have 6 of these total. I did pick up 6 of them, and I'll kind of work them into my rotation here and kind of use them through the ice fishing season, and let you know how they work. So here's a little better close-up of that valve. Like I said, it's just a quarter turn. You can kind of see that cam on there. All right, let's fill it up. Okay, so the biggest thing you want to make sure you do is line up that pin inside of here to that pin on the tank. And also wear some gloves. Okay, we got that tight. The next thing we want to do is open this. Okay. And then we want to depress this down, and then the propane will fall in there. One thing I did is I got a little stack of magnets here, and that way I can kind of do it hands-free. Alright, and now we're just going to wait for the propane to come out of here. This is just the gas coming out, and it's being replaced by the liquid. The liquid's going to come out, and you'll see a mist come out. And once that mist comes out, you want to shut that off. You can see the mist starting to come out here. We'll kind of wait till we get a steady flow. Okay, now I'll turn this off, and there we go. We'll release that, and then we'll take the tank off and we'll throw it in the heater and try it. Okay, so if you remember the problem we had when we were spinning this on, it started leaking a little bit, so hopefully we're not going to have that this time. And I can already tell it's better. Yeah, no leaking whatsoever. There we go. Works great. Also, I just wanted to demonstrate here what I talked about when you open this. I mean, this is a full tank and it's not leaking, so you can open and close this, and you're not going to have anything leaking. So that's good. But as a safety precaution, just always keep it in the closed position. Okay, so I did get this torch going, but it doesn't seem to be working ideally. There's definitely some gas coming out there, but not as much I would like to see. But in a pinch, it might work. Maybe these threads don't quite align. Just as a comparison, I hooked it up to my map gas here, and you can see and hear that it's, that's what you want to see. So, all right, we got it hooked up to the grill here. Let's see what happens. All right, seems to be working. All right, well, that's good. Works on the grill. Don't judge my grill. I haven't used it in a while. It's cold out here. Okay, there you go. That's the again, the Mr. Heater fuel keg. Seems to work good now that I figured out the issues I had. It does work on the grill and kind of marginally with that torch that I hooked on there. So I think your the devices, your mileage may vary on these. I can't guarantee it's going to work on everything. I may, pose that question to the guy from Mr. Heater that I talked with. Make sure to kind of keep an eye on this plastic sleeve in here. I noticed putting it on and taking it off, maybe based on the devices I was using it on, may have loosened it up a little bit, and maybe that's why my original one fell out. So be sure to confirm that it's in there in the first place, and just kind of, over time keep an eye on it. I don't think you'll have a issue if you're using the Big Buddy heaters, but maybe if you're trying to install other devices on there, the OD ID match, there might be kind of a tolerancing fit there. So keep an eye on that. I'll also mention that the only place I've been able to find these so far is Menards. Hopefully they'll be in more retail locations, as the year continues here. And also right now, if you're watching this, within in the the few days that I release this video, Menards has a bag discount, where it's basically 15% off anything you fit in the bag. So I just stuffed a bunch of these in the bag and got 15% off, and they came out to around $15 with a discount. So if you're looking to get one, check out your local Menards. If you got one close by, you might be able to get them shipped if possible. So yeah. Thanks again to Mr. Heater for reaching out to me and going over the issues I had based on what I've seen now. I'm just going to go ahead and start running these, and I'll provide you with any updates that I find. Be sure, if you have any comments or questions, leave those in the section below, and I'll try to get those answered for you. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully we get some more cold weather here so we can actually get out on the ice. It's been a crazy year. Thanks.